Yeah, we back. We back. Now on today's video, man, we're gonna be talking about Cynthia G, right? But it's gonna be a different type of discussion. We're gonna talk about the need for balanced conversations, right? The need for balanced conversations. Now, obviously, everybody's talking about Cynthia G getting her channel demonetized, kicked off the platform, and I seen some of her supporters in the comment section talking about, oh, Cynthia G gonna be back. Oh, don't worry, we gonna be back. You know, they keeping hope alive, but the way I see it, she ain't gonna be back. She ain't gonna be back, man. But she could take her message to a different platform, or like I said before, if she is really truly passionate about what she was saying, she could simply put out the message for free, right? Put out the message for free. If you are really passionate about your message, put out the message for free. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. We're gonna talk about the need for balanced conversations, right? The need for balanced conversations. I always felt like, even in videos I did in the past about Cynthia G, I always said Cynthia G only represents one archetype, one experience of the black experience. You know, the black experience is not a one size fits all. There are different versions of the black experience. We all have different backgrounds, different upbringings, different origin stories. So the Cynthia G crowd, they are one archetype, they are one experience. Now, in their mind, they think they're telling the truth. They believe what they're saying is the truth, but that is their truth. That is, like I said before, everybody is a product of their experiences. So every time one of these Cynthia G supporters come into my comment section, I never go back and forth. When they be trying to throw insults, they don't even know me. They just come into the comment section trying to insult me sometimes because it's just a knee-jerk reaction. I always tell them this: listen, baby, listen. Whatever happened in your childhood, whatever happened recently, whatever happened between you and your baby daddy, your father, your grandfather, your uncle, the men of your family, that don't got nothing to do with me. That don't got nothing to do with me. I am only responsible for the women in my family. I can only do my part as it relates to the women in my family under my direct responsibility. So whatever happened between your father, whatever your father did or whatever he didn't do, that don't got nothing to do with me. And you can't be coming into my comment section trying to come at me. So I don't go back and forth, man. They are a product of their environment. But the main problem that arises, in my opinion, when it comes to these extremist types who promote extremist level rhetoric, they believe that their version of the truth is the version of the truth. I always say, listen, whatever you got going on, you cannot speak for all the black women across the world, across the country. You cannot speak for the black women in my family. You can speak for yourself. You can speak for the black women in your circle. You can speak for the black women in your family, the black women that you know personally, but you cannot speak for the broad population. I always say that. I always say that because unfortunately in the black community, the people who have the loudest microphone is generally not the brightest and the best and brightest amongst us. You know, I even made a video going way back a couple weeks ago talking about Kamala Harris inviting Quavo to the White House to talk about, you know, legal reform or gun reform or something like that. And I was like, why are you inviting Quavo from the Migos to the White House? Why is Quavo from the Migos functioning as the ambassador for black men to the government of the United States when it comes to gun law reform? Like, out of all the prosecutors, lawyers, and the black men who are in the profession, who understand this back and front, how come you're not inviting those black men to speak on behalf of the black community, right? So it's the same thing on YouTube. You have individuals with a loud microphone who are functioning as the ambassadors and the spokespeople for the community who really shouldn't even be in a position to speak. Because when you go to other communities, when it comes to those who are the spokespeople, it is generally not the low-hanging fruit of society that is acting as the front man or the front woman with the microphone and the clout. For example, when you go to Asian society, you're not going to see the Yakuza or the Triads or the Korean Mafia functioning as the brand ambassadors for an entire race of people. That's not going to happen, right? When you go to the white community, you're not going to see some chick in a trailer park ranting and raving on the internet about her meth head baby daddy, her bum baby daddy in the trailer park, similar to Cynthia G and her supporters, right? But in the black community, we get the low-hanging fruit that functions as our brand ambassadors. And that goes back to what I said in the title of the video, the need for more balanced discussions. And that goes back to the reason why I decided to come on YouTube sometime last year. Because like I always say, I was like, how come when it comes to the black man, how come we only hear one archetype of the black man, right? Only one origin story of the black man. Man, I came from the bottom. I didn't have nothing. I was selling crack at 12 years old. Dropped out of school at 15 years old. Caught my first felony at 19 years old. Like, how come it was one story, one origin story on repeat? Constantly. Only one archetype getting all the promotion and the recognition. So I was like, you know what, man? I'm going to grab the microphone and I'm going to provide a different perspective of the so-called black experience. You know what I mean? And I think we were way overdue for that, you know, because the market was way oversaturated with one origin story. You know, on the other side too, with the women, it's the same thing. Oh, came from the bottom, didn't have nothing. Daddy wasn't around. Mama worked so hard. You know, my baby daddy is a bum. You know what I'm saying? I'm struggling. I'm a single mom. Like, we never had any other origin story, any other archetype being promoted in the media, except basically those two archetypes, right? So that's why I say we need more balanced discussions, right? The black women who don't really share that Cynthia G, you know, personality, that Cynthia G experience, man, grab the microphone, man, start your YouTube channel and speak about your upbringing, speak about your life, right? Speak about your life. The women who didn't come from trauma and hardship and all that nonsense. The women whose father got up every single morning and did what he had to do, gave them everything she ever wanted, bills paid, tuition paid, got a brand new car on her 16th birthday. The black women with that experience, man, grab the microphone, speak about your experience, man. I'm not even saying that the Cynthia G crowd gotta be silenced or nothing like that, but I'm just saying the women who don't share that experience, the women who understand the other side of the game, you need to grab the microphone and begin to share your story as well, right? Man, grab the microphone, speak up, man, because we need more balanced perspectives, different personalities on the microphone, in the media, because it's so oversaturated and it's so one-sided, right? It's always the struggle story. Oh my God, I came from the bottom. I came from the bottom. I didn't have nothing. I'm traumatized. Black man, black man, black man. Oh, I'm black man. I came from the bottom. I came from the bottom. I was in the street selling crack, selling drugs, man. Life was hard, man. Like, we need more balanced discussions when it comes to the media, right? Because what we have in the black community, besides the low-hanging fruit that has the lowest microphone, what we have is these extremist types who believe that their version of the truth, like I said, is the version of the truth, right? When they got to understand that is your experience. You are a product of your environment, and everybody does not share your experience. And that's the problem with this, right? That's the problem with this. And when it comes to Cynthia G, it's very weird because, like I said, you have women who follow Cynthia G who don't even share that experience. They don't even share that experience. Women, it's like funny with them. They pretty much inherit other women's pain. Like, you could have women, right? A woman who's never been cheated on ever in her life. She never been cheated on, never been abused, but she could hear stories of other women being abused, other women being cheated on, other women going through hardship, and they'll simply inherit that pain, and they'll simply just inherit that pain even though they never went through it. They'll inherit the emotion, the pain, the bitterness, and they never even experienced it firsthand. They just heard it somewhere. I heard it on the internet. I heard it. So that's how people get radicalized too on these extremist messages that don't even apply to them. So that's why I say, especially in the black community, we are in dire need of more balanced discussions, because like I said, in other communities, in other societies, it's only the best and brightest and the most intelligent and the most accomplished amongst us that have the loudest microphone, that serve as the brand ambassadors. But when it comes to us, it's backwards. It's backwards, right? Our brand ambassadors are not our best and brightest, right? We got the low-hanging fruit representing us, man. Like, if Cynthia G is a representation of black women as a whole, then that's truly a shame. That's truly a shame. But I refuse to believe that. That's why I say we need more balanced discussions coming to the table. And even on my channel, I try my best to maintain a balanced discussion, because even though I got a whole entire playlist of damn near 50 videos entitled Black Men Should Stay Away from Swirlers and Divestors, at the same time, I always come with the balance, and I always drop videos talking about the type of woman that a black man should go after. Listen, when I make them videos about the swirlers and divestors, I'll be telling black men the type of woman to avoid, the type of woman to stay away from. But I also give the other side, and I tell you the type of woman that you should actually pursue. And that's what I mean when I talk about these extremist messages that only drive one point home, right? We need more balanced discussions in the ecosystem, bro. We need more balanced discussions in this media space. And that's why I'm putting out this video kind of like a call to action. Listen, just like me, when I said, listen, I'm tired of the same old story being told about the black man. So I'm going to give a perspective from a black man who came from a different upbringing, a different station in life, because we don't really hear from that type of black man very often. So just with the black women who share my experience, you need to grab a microphone and talk about your life experience, talk about your perspective on the world. I'm not even saying that the Cynthia G types should be eliminated. I'm just saying they are talking about their experience. They are a product of their environment. They are a product of their family's collective experience, and they are the end result. But I'm just saying, there are black women who don't share that same upbringing, don't share that same pain, don't share that same experience, and they should grab the microphone too and express their own sentiments as well. We shouldn't hear one side over and over and over again. What about the other side? What about the women who don't come from that, who don't share that same struggle, right? Everybody don't share the same struggle. So my thing is this: it's way too one-sided. We got way too much low-hanging fruit functioning as the brand ambassadors for a whole entire race. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of hearing from the bitter baby mamas and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of hearing about the dude who had to sell crack when he was 11 years old, like Bobby Shmurda. What he said, I was selling crack in like the 5th grade, but I'm tired of hearing the same old struggle story. I'm not even saying that we're not supposed to hear the struggle story, but I'm just saying we need more balanced discussions, right? We need more balanced discussions, because like I said, in other communities, it's only the best and the brightest that have the loudest microphone that function as the brand ambassadors. They don't got the dudes, smoking meth in their trailer park, got the loudest microphone microphone. They don't got the goddamn criminal organizations with the loudest microphone. And it's very backwards, bro. It's very backwards. And going back to Kamala Harris inviting Quavo to the goddamn White House, that is what I mean. That is what I mean. We have, like, how the hell is Quavo the first thing that comes to mind when they talk about the black men they need to call to talk about gun reform and legal reform in the community? Like, what is this, man? But like I said, we need more balanced perspectives and we need more balanced discussions. And as it relates to Cynthia G, I understand. It's a lot of women out here, man, they ain't paying. You know, they ain't paying. Their baby daddy was a goddamn bum. Their daddy was a bum. I understand. But the women who don't come from that, the women who your daddy got up every single morning, went to work every single day, 5-6 days a week, gave you everything you ever wanted. Like I said, bills paid, tuition paid, you never missed a meal. We need to hear from those women too. We need to hear from those women too. I'm tired of hearing from the women with the same old struggle story. My baby daddy is a bum. He don't take care of his kids. My daddy was a bum. Man, I'm so tired of it, bro. I'm so tired of it, man. Like, I'm not saying those women are not entitled to express their experiences, but I'm just saying we need to hear from the women who didn't come from that, man. We need to hear the other side of the game, man. Just like when it comes to the black man. I'm tired of hearing from the black man, same old struggle story. I dropped out of school when I was 10 years old. Man, what happened to the black man? We need to hear from the black man who went to the Ivy Leagues. We need to hear from the black man who got his advanced degrees. We need to hear from the black man who owning businesses out here in this motherfucker. We need to hear from the black man that's out here doing the goddamn thing. I'm tired of hearing from the black man down on his goddamn luck all the goddamn time. And the same thing goes for the women. I'm tired of hearing from the same old women with the same old struggle story, bruh. Like, goddamn, what happened to the women who came from an amazing life? And I understand. A lot of women, they don't want to go against the grain. They don't want to go against what's popular at the moment. Because when a woman goes against what's popular at the moment, what happens is other women will begin to attack her. Other women will begin to go after her because she is not falling in line with the group thing. She is not falling in line with the hive mind. She is not falling in line with what the collective is doing. So a lot of women don't want to stand alone and stand on the outside. So a lot of times they'll just go along with whatever the crowd is talking about, whatever the crowd is doing, just to be accepted, right? Just to be accepted, unfortunately. So that's a large reason why we keep hearing the same song over and over and over. Because a lot of women, honestly, they don't got the courage to really stand alone and really bring a different message, right? Because even though they might want to share their perspective, they don't want to be attacked by other women. Other women are going to shame them, insult them, demean them, degrade them, denigrate them, and they don't really have the courage to go through with that. So a lot of times they just fall back. They just fall back altogether. So we never hear the other side of the game. Whereas myself personally, I never gave a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody think about me. Some dude just last night came into my comment section trying to insult me, talking about, man, NelsonAmadeus, man, shut up, bro. You come from a good home, man, blah, blah, blah. This dude tried to insult me by saying I come from a good home. Oh, your parents raised a good young man. He tried to insult me by saying I come from a good home. Like, what the fuck? How you gonna insult me? How you gonna insult me talking about I came from a good home? I mean, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Shout out to my folks. You feel me? Yeah, I came from an amazing home. Yeah, give a fuck. What the fuck, nigga? Fuck your struggle story. So at the end of the day, man, you know, we need to hear different perspectives, man. Different perspectives. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, it's your boy NelsonAmadeus back in the building. Yes, indeed. Cash App up on the screen, and I'm gone. Peace.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in that ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling the tension. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Came for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This shit is an art and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money, I see you ain't caught. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and you're smacking their faces.